Hi again. In this lesson, we're going to have a wee look at building a more complex program to introduce a new sprite. So this time again, we're going to go back to sign in. We enter our username. And our password. And this time, we want to find the project that we saved the last time. So we're going to go up here on the little drop-down menu. And you click on My Stuff. Okay. And you should be able to see the project that you created the last time, which would be lesson 1, which is this one here. And to open it up to see all the work that you've done previously, you click on See Inside. So you click on there. And there you can see the project that you made the last time. Now this time we're going to add in a new sprite, which is a little snowball. So this all builds up over the 3 lessons. This builds up to part of a game. So we're going to have a wee look at making the new sprite just now, the snowball sprite. So what we need to do is we go down here and we are going to go to the choose a sprite, but this time we're going to go to the drawing board, the paint one, the one that's a little paintbrush. So we click on paint. And here we can see that we've got a blank area for drawing on. Now, we know that snowballs are usually spheres, but on this page we're going to look at them and see them as a circle. So we're going to click on the circle tool, and we're going to make a little snowball here. You don't want to make it too big. And this time we're going to go to fill and make sure that there's no colour in it. Apart from, well, you could maybe make it a little bit grey, just so that it shows up in the background. So you maybe want to make it a little bit more grey coloured. What I'll maybe do is I'll leave it on a pinkish colour or purplish colour, so it's easier for you to see up there. You might be able to see it a wee bit better up there. So I'll leave it on purple actually. Okay, so we click out of that. And what we don't need to do anything with costume up there. And all we need to do now is just go down here and rename it Snowball. Just click on it, just type in Snowball. And then we're just ready to go back and do some coding. Now, what you will notice now is that you've got your 2 sprites down at the bottom of the screen here. You've got the reindeer and the snowball. So be very careful when you're doing coding that you've got the right sprite and you're putting the right code in for the correct sprite. That's always really, really important to make sure you're doing that correctly. So what we're going to do for the snowball is we obviously want the snowball to fall down from the sky, or make it look as if it's fallen from the sky, as if it's been thrown in, and it's going to, or the reindeer's got to try and avoid them. So the first thing again, as always, we start off with an event, and we go to when the green flag is clicked, something's going to happen. Now this time I want to tell the sprite, the snowball sprite, to go up to the top of the screen. So this time I'm going to go to XY and drop that in there. And this time I want to program it or tell it to go to the top of the screen. So we're going to X is 0, Y is going to be 200. Stages actually, if you imagine, it's like a coordinate grid, and the grid is right down in the middle of it. So the axis would be right down the middle of it, and your y-axis goes up and down the way, and your x-axis goes across the way. So the next thing I want to bring across is another control block, and it's the forever win. So I'm going to bring that across and drop it in. And within that, don't just want one snowball. I want a few snowballs to happen. So I want to do a thing called cloning it, and it's just making it a picture of itself. So I want to do I want to do that just now. So I want to go to another control block, and I want to do create clone of myself, and I want to drag that inside the forever block and just drop that in there. I want to bring over a wait block which gives it just a wee break to make sure that the program catches up in itself and everything. So I want to drop that in there. So wait, bring the correct one over. It's actually the other wait that I want to have. This one here, just bring it across. And inside there, I want it to wait a random number of seconds. So I'm going to bring across an operator to do that. So we're going to bring across pick random and drop that in there. You don't want to wait too long. You only want it to wait a short period of time. So I would put in there maybe pick random of 1 to 3 seconds. And that just spaces out the number of snowballs that are coming down. You don't want them all coming down at the same time. So picking 1 to 3 spreads them out a wee bit. Okay, and that's that first block finished there. If you want to check what that actually does, then you can just click on that bit of code, and what you'll see